Happy Friday. I'm going to roll through a couple short, simple lessons this Friday that, again, really simple, but things that we often experience in terms of our emotional world and this feeling of not being in balance. And so, what I want to talk about today is the spiritual lesson of anger. So when you are angry, when you're frustrated, when you're feeling that out of control energy where you're just angry, and sometimes you don't know why you're angry, you feel frustrated towards others around you. There can be layered guilt when we have this emotional energy of anger because, of course, oftentimes that energetic outburst of anger can affect those around us, and then we feel uncomfortable with this sort of powerful outburst that we've made. So really, with any of these energetic aspects of ourself, it's everything is a lesson and everything is energy, and it's calling our attention to something. If there's an energetic imbalance within you, it means that there's an imbalance. It means that it's trying to get your attention. So anger, especially if anger is something that you are going through regularly and you feel bubbling up in terms of your consciousness on a regular basis, then usually there's a reason for it. And I'm going to go through some of the things that you can look for in terms of why you might be feeling this emotional energy of anger. So first of all, anger can be a call towards inner alignment. You can be feeling frustrated with your circumstances, frustrated with your job, frustrated in terms of the relationships in your life in general. You can just feel like a dull kind of, I don't even know, like melting of anger in terms of it's just sort of layering over all aspects of your life where you just feel frustrated and you don't even know where it's coming from. And this is signaling to you from an energetic level, and it's coming out in terms of this emotional experience, that you are disconnected from your core soul's purpose and passion. And in terms of how you are showing up in life, you are disconnected from that joyful, purposeful experience. Okay, it's kind of like the soul whispering to you that you're not where you're meant to be. So again, it's going to precipitate in terms of your experience as feeling disconnected, as feeling, this disillusionment. Okay, so when there is nothing that excites you outwardly and you're feeling this tension within your energetic body, it's time to look inward and realign. So again, anger is an indicator. It's not something that, we have to manage. It's something that we have to look at in terms of our own experience and how we're moving through life. Okay, now the second thing that anger can indicate or can push us toward is it can be a sacred pause. So boredom isn't always a problem, okay? Sometimes it can be a sacred pause, a space in between timelines, okay, and chapters in your life where the old energy hasn't exactly tied all of its loose ends, and you're not quite ready to open up that new doorway. And this can feel tense, it can feel frustrating, and it can lead to this sort of mundane, dull kind of bitterness or angry feeling because you're really not in the space that you're headed towards. It's sort of like waiting in line, that feeling of antsiness when we're waiting in line and we really want to get into our favorite concert or, whatever it is, and you kind of feel frustrated in this moment. This is that space in between, okay? But it's a sacred pause, and it's time for us to really reevaluate who we are, what we're doing, and where we're going. Okay, sometimes anger and boredom and this sort of apathetic frustration energy can be an invitation to create. So if you're in this energy, if you're in this state, oftentimes it arises when we're not expressing the beauty of our soul, okay? And it's nudging us to do something with our energy, with our beautiful divine energy. So there's something inside of you that is waiting to come alive. And it can propagate, or it can start to push its way out through this sort of angered, imbalanced energy, and you just have to do something with this energy. So this is what I want to circle back to. Anger is not always a negative thing. It's an energetic state that is pushing you. It's that momentum that is trying to get you to rebalance or see something about the blueprint of your own soul, which you're trying to, it's trying to redirect you towards. Okay. It can also be the ego's discontent, okay? So it can basically be an issue in terms of the ego's expectation, routine, its hunger for novelty, and basically you have to go beyond the external stimulation that this anger or this frustration of the ego is propagating in your life, okay? So basically, again, it's back to your soul seeking authentic nourishment. So anytime we're having that frustration, it's actually our soul calling to us for something more authentic, okay? So again, I said that this is going to be a really, really short video on this, but what the main point that I want to drive home here is that when we're feeling frustrated, when we're feeling anger, and I know that, there's been a lot of talk over the years of like anger management or individuals that have anger problems. It's not a problem, it's an energy. When you are frustrated, when you are angry, it's for a reason. Likely you're not in the space or the environment, or you're not feeding your soul. So what it's trying to get you to do is to create a momentum, to change direction, to make some sort of energetic change so you can rebalance yourself. So instead of thinking of anger as a negative, think of it as an indicating energy that something needs to change, something needs to realign within the semblance of your life, your relationships, your purpose that is going to lead you into a more balanced and joyful state. Okay, I'm going to wrap up this video. Hope everybody's having an awesome Friday, and I'll see you in the next one.